And let's begin with an update coming in from the courts as the Supreme Court has pulled up the Revanth government over the mass tree felling that took place in Hyderabad in Gachibowli a few weeks ago. The Supreme Court has reiterated not a single tree should be chopped. And the top court has also said that this has nothing to do with any one government. All we care about is the deforestation of 100 acres. This has become, of course, a big flashpoint in Telangana after the Revanth government had gone ahead with the deforestation and mass tree felling of acres of land in the Hyderabad Central University campus in Gachibowli. Now, the Revanth government maintained it was for the development of an IT park, but the horrifying images of how this entire beautiful green cover was completely destroyed led to nationwide outrage and protest by student activists as well. And now the Supreme Court making it very clear that something like this kind of deforestation is simply unacceptable. Srishti Oja, our legal correspondent, is joining us with more details on this. Srishti, run us through what really the Supreme Court had to say about the tree felling that took place in Hyderabad.
Well, Akshita, as we know, on last occasion, the Supreme Court had taken suo motu cognizance of the tree felling in this entire issue and had also made some strong observations against the manner in which the trees were cut without permissions from the concerned authority. Even today, we saw the top court tell the state government that even if they want to conduct any construction activities, the same should have been done after taking due permissions from the concerned authority. The court has come down again on the state government, clearly saying that if the state opposes restoration, then temporary prison could also be a possibility for your officers, for their officers. Just another remark that came in from the top court. Court has clearly stated that it is only concerned about the issue of environment, protection of environment, and what the state is now going to do to maintain status quo and also restore what has already been affected and damaged. The top court has clearly said it's not concerned with A government or B government. If there is any self-certification being done, then it is clearly in violation of Supreme Court's earlier judgments. The court has now granted 4 weeks' time to the state to reply to the CEC report. The report that was submitted by the CEC after inspection of the spot where the deforestation took place. Also, they've asked the wildlife warden for the state of Telangana to examine and also put into effect all immediate steps that are required to be undertaken to protect the wildlife, which was also affected due to deforestation there. So the court will again hear this matter on 15th May, which would definitely be a crucial hearing because the state is supposed to respond to the court as to what steps it will take as far as restoration of that area is concerned. Back to you.
Okay, clearly in the arguments also you had Abhishek Manu Singhvi representing the state government, reiterating that they had all necessary permission and that there were a lot of fake images doing the rounds of the kind of damage reported there. But I want to also bring in Abdul Bashir to understand how this has continued to rock politics in the state. Abdul, even as the Supreme Court has once again expressed concern over what happened in Gachibowli, take us through how the state government really has countered the protests and the outrage over this mass tree felling.
Well, this mass tree felling that had taken place in Kancha Gachibowli was halted after the Supreme Court's intervention, where the Supreme Court had taken suo motu. But what we have seen is that several bulldozers were used for felling of this 400 acres of land where trees were being cut down and the wildlife was being shattered, is what the students have been alleging. Now, after the halt of this particular felling of trees, a new development had come out where the opposition had alleged that there is a 10,000 crore worth land scam that had taken place. The government has this land and the mutation is not done, but this land has been mortgaged to through Bilgao to some companies that the opposition had claimed. Now, only about felling of trees, not only about wildlife, but it is also of safeguarding this particular 400 acres of Kancha Gachibowli land, which is at the HCU premises. Now, the students here allege that the wildlife is at threat on one side. The opposition allege that there is a huge land scam in this particular issue. However, the government had said that these 10,000 crores that has been taken are through bonds and there is no money in. So there is no transaction involved and there is no point of corruption in this particular case, and they are ready for an inquiry if so. So the government here is claiming that this 400 acres of land would be used for setting up IT industry, for IT hub at this particular place, which would have been providing jobs for more than 5,000 employees in this particular premises, is what the government had claimed. So here, on this overall 400 acres of land, IT buildings and IT industries would be bought in, wherein 5 lakh jobs is what I'm saying. 400 acre of this particular land and 5 lakh jobs that the government had claimed that would have been generated through the development in this particular area. The
so
opposition
you're seeing
here
clearly the Supreme Court pulling up the government right now, pulling up the state government over this tree felling, asking what's the restoration plan, asking what was the tearing hurry to get it done, or during a 3-day holiday, and whether they had the requisite permission to actually go ahead and do it. Thanks very much, Srishti and Abdul, for joining us with those details.